Hey, welcome back, Jaded Ones. I am a huge comic book fan. I love comic book movies, superhero movies. We have been treated to some phenomenal movies the past year or so. And X-Men Apocalypse, while it's not my favorite, definitely falls under that category of offering representation for people that have been fans for a super long time. However, there was outrage over Fox using a scene from the movie to promote that depicted a female lead character being choked by a prominent character in the film that has male features, but it's not actually male. Who was the female I'm talking about? Jennifer Lawrence. She's the top earning female actress of 2015, and she is also the face of the Hunger Games franchise and some other very, very popular movies. Academy Award winning actress as well. So I kind of want to discuss how could this happen, and it's actually not necessarily about being choked out in a scene that I feel is the problem. I believe that it is a Hollywood staple of the Femme Fatale, and that is what the real issue is. Basically, what I want to say is anything a woman can do, a man can do. And if that's being subjected to violence in a film that is predicated on violence and mayhem and destruction, so be it. Let me roll through my points and then we'll get the discussion going in the comments below. There have been many opportunities and many examples and many definitions. Actually, the formal definition of what a femme fatale is that they use their sexuality to the advantage in their films. And in some cases, they're committing acts of violence against men in these respective films. If Rose McGowan was truly outraged, why not point out the fact that Mystique is essentially naked, only covered by blue body paint? The femme fatale element is alive and well here, and let's define what that is a bit more thoroughly. The formal definition states that a femme fatale is a stock character of a mysterious and seductive woman whose charms ensnares her lovers, often leading them into compromising, dangerous, and deadly situations. Sounds like domestic violence to me. In fact, many of the times, the femme fatale character is fetishized because she is quote-unquote hot and is kicking a man's ass or murdering him. Despite the fact that these women are great actresses, they were still presented in this light, and many would argue have been celebrated because of that. They have been seen by some to actually empower the female and be female empowerment roles. The fact that the choke scene was used and that it was seen as insensitive has confused me. Was not Jennifer Lawrence the highest paid female actress in 2015? Is she not the face of the Hunger Games franchise, an Academy Award winning actress? Some would argue that she is the biggest female star out right now, and she's featured in a promo against a staple character in a film that clearly depicts superhuman abilities. We understand that everything is exaggerated and it makes sense to us moviegoers. But think about it. Some of the most endearing male roles that feature action and violence are based on situations so far-fetched that you could only see these feats in a movie. Sylvester Stallone was beaten bloody and damn near senseless in many of his Rocky movies. The movie 300 featured many scantily clad men fighting to the death. By the way, it had one of the most gruesome beheading scenes that forced a father to watch his son die. Savage. I think the point I'm trying to make is that we're moving from a society and climate that suggests that men are the only ones that can be heroes or overcome adversity. The popular mantra of equal pay for equal work means that more than an increase in salary and pay, it means that a woman can be celebrated for her work in a film where she's the main character. Think about it. She's fighting, battling, and in that same scene losing to another character that helps move the plot of the story along. That's all. If that's the case, why not make the movie 2 hours of pottery class or a sip and paint? I mean, come on. My final take on this Pulled promo by Fox is this. I didn't see a man choking a woman. I saw Mystique and Apocalypse in a promo for a movie that, despite all of this hype, still can't deliver a true representation of what the X-Men portion of the Marvel Universe is in terms of good cinematic projects. And isn't that the real crime? But I talked about Femme Fatales earlier, and I wanted to just highlight a couple of examples that I felt kind of maybe showcase how Hollywood could address this, because I feel like that's the true issue here. You want to talk about Femme Fatale characters? Let's talk about Jane Smith. Now here we have Jane Smith, played by Angelina Jolie. Great actress. Mr. and Mrs. Smith came out in 2005. Basic premise: a bored married couple is surprised to learn that they are both assassins hired by competing agencies to kill each other. I mean, seriously, consider this. This is what it is. They're a married couple, so he's trying to kill her, she's trying to kill him. Violence. Catherine Trammell, played by Sharon Stone. Basic Instinct, 1992. Classic movie. How is it described? A violent suspended police detective investigating a brutal murder in which a seductive woman could be involved. Femme Fatale. Talk about Catwoman in Batman Returns, played by Michelle Pfeiffer. Came out in 1992. Let's get a little bit of description of what that movie was like. When a corrupt businessman and the grotesque Penguin plot to take control of Gotham City, only Batman can stop them, while Catwoman has her own agenda. Mind you, she's decked out in head-to-foot spandex and claws and heels and whips and all of that. Highly fetishized, highly femme fatale. And then, of course, let's wrap it up with my girl Foxy Brown, aka Pam Grier. Foxy Brown was a black exploitation movie that came out in 1974. At the description of the movie: it's incredible. A voluptuous black woman takes a job as a high-class prostitute in order to get revenge on the mobsters who murdered her boyfriend. What do all of these things have in common? Great actresses, overtly sexualized to tell a story or to sell a narrative. Many of these cases, these sexualized women, these femme fatales, were utilized in a way to promote sexuality and tell a story, to quote-unquote empower them. However, this is a staple. This is an old Hollywood archetype. This is basically how I wrap things up for y'all. It's not the fact that it was domestic violence being depicted and it was seen by some to see that way. You have a woman, Jennifer Lawrence, highest paid female actress of 2015, taking the lead in a scene on a promo against another male actor. This is a movie about violence. This is a movie about fighting and destruction and mayhem and mutants and all types of fantastical things that don't make sense in real life. Lighten up, people. What do you think about that? Do you feel like that was really domestic violence? Do you think that Hollywood should move away from this old archetype of the femme fatale? Hey, let me know what y'all think in the comments below. I want to say thank y'all for watching the content. I'm Jaded Nerd, and basically it's my pleasure to bring things like this to your attention, to the forefront. I want you to think. If you get that opportunity, click the box on the left. There's awesome content. You can also check out what I have on the box on the right. You can pummel that subscribe button, and remember to please think critically. I'll talk to y'all next time.